Dear students, uh, today you have to discuss the torque on a current carrying loop placed in a magnetic field. Torque on a current carrying loop placed in a magnetic field. Because previously you know that is the when the current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force that is equal to F acting on the current carrying conductor. F acting on the current carrying conductor, you know it, magnetic force F equal to I into L vector cross B vector. That is, when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. So that as the force is experiencing on the current carrying conductor, so we can relate to the torque acting on the current carrying loop. Suppose this is the rectangular loop, carries current and it is placed in a magnetic field. So what happens to that rectangular loop? Let us see it here. So ABCD is the rectangular loop. ABCD is the rectangular loop, and the north and south pole they are providing the uniform magnetic field. Within the uniform magnetic field, the rectangular loop is placed, which carries current I. Which carries current I. I current flows through it. I current flows through it. So what will happen here now? Because the rectangular loop is consisting of the that is the conductor, combination of the four conductors here in these cases. AD is the conductor and the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. The current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. So what is the force acting on the side AD? The force acting on the side AD. What will be the force acting on the side AD? The force acts on side AD. If you talk about the F3 equal to, or F3 equal to, I am taking it the F3, or just F3 equal to, that is I, current is flowing is I. Already have taken F3. This is the F1, F2, F3, F4. F3 equal to I into L vector cross B vector. So what will be the direction of this one? Because L vector is acting along this direction, in upward direction, F and C. If you use the F and C, so the M is along this direction, current is along this direction. You just look it here, F and C. Here you just look it here. M is the magnetic field is along this direction, and current is in this direction. Current is upward direction. The force which will be acting on the side AD will be directed inward. So it will be directed inward. Directed inward. And another is the just F4. What is the force acting on side BC? That is F4. Already we have taken here on the diagram F4. The force acting on the side BC. So same, because the current is moving in upward direction, here the current is moving downward direction, it is acting inward, so it must be acting outward. So this will become I current, L vector cross V vector, that is directed outward. So listen, one thing I am telling that you must be telling that why that actually the left hand thumb Fleming's left hand rule is applied here in these cases, and it is applicable for the if the current and the that is the magnetic field should be perpendicular to each other. In case of the normal, we can apply the Fleming's left hand rule. So not only as the coil is rotating in this manner, so the side, actually the length, this length is always perpendicular to the B, because magnetic field is along this way. If the magnetic field is along, suppose the magnetic field is like that, and one conductor, one length is moving from here to here, at every position it is always 90. The length is always 90. If it is moving here and it is moving here, it is moving here, it is here, we can get the 90. B vector is normal to that of the length. B vector is normal to that of the length. B vector is normal to that of the length. So directly you can apply the Fleming's left hand rule in these cases. The important thing is that what is the force, magnetic force acting on AB and CD. This is very important. AB and CD. So you know it, what is the force acting on it, because you know the force formula is that is AP, because it is not always normal to that of the magnetic field. So AB, the force acting on the side AB, because the magnetic field is directed along this way, magnetic field is directed along this way. So what will be the force acting on the side AB? In this case, you can use the cross product rule, L cross B, I into L cross B. If L and B will be on a plane, F will be perpendicular to that plane. So L is acting along this way. If we use this one also, L is acting this way. The magnetic field is along this way. That if you turn it from L to B, magnetic field, turn to length L to magnetic field. So what will be the direction of? Suppose if you target, if you use it here now, this is the rectangular coil. The current is flowing along this way. Magnetic field is directed. It is as per the diagram. It is in this way. This way, current is flowing from here to here. The magnetic field is along here to here. So if you turn it from L to B, L to B vector, because L is here, B vector, so automatically the force is acting in upward direction. So the force acting on side AB, that already you have taken here F1 vector, that is equal to, because the length is B into, sorry, I into B vector, small b vector multiplied with the capital B vector. It is directed upward along the axis. Again, the force acting on side CD. So no doubt it must be equal to that. Already I have taken here F2 vector equal to I into B vector cross B vector. The direction of directed downward along the axis. Directed downward along the axis. So you are getting the four forces here. It is directed inward, it is directed outward, it is directed upward along the axis, it is directed downward below the axis. So both the forces F1 and F2, both the forces F1 and F2 both are equal in magnitude, oppositely directed and acting along the same line of action. F1 and F2 vector both have same magnitude, opposite directed and same magnitude and opposite directed and acting along the same line of action, so they get cancelled each other. And this thing, what happens here, as they are acting on the axis of rotation of the coil will be balanced in vertical direction. So what happens to the second forces, the F3 and F4, both the forces, as it is always, because the length is always perpendicular to that of the magnetic field, the maximum force acts on it. F3 is the maximum force ILV and F4 is the maximum force, that is ILV, and both are acting oppositely to that of the, both the forces are opposite in nature and same in magnitude and not acting along the same line of action, because F3 and F4 are not along the same, acting on same line of action. So this F3 and F4 will give rise to the couple. It will rotate the coil in anti-clockwise direction. In that manner, it will rotate the coil. So F3 and F4 gives the torque. So that on the next video, just we will be discussing that how that torque acting on that coil can be calculated mathematically. Thank you.